Welcome everyone to Simple Dog Training with Shar. Is your furry friend too enthusiastic with their greetings? Mine certainly is. So in this episode, we're going to talk about 3 tips to teach your dog not to jump on you or others. All right, so let's get started. So first, let me introduce Luna. This is my new puppy. We got her in December. She is almost 9 months old. So in like a week, she'll be 9 months. And she is very enthusiastic with greetings. Like she jumps on like everybody. So we're working on teaching her not to. So here are some tips for you guys. All right. So tip number 1, consistent commands and rewards. You want to use a consistent command such as off or down. Now, in my opinion, off means off of something. So if they're jumping on something or jumping on someone, off is what I use. That's just my opinion. Or down. Down to me means lie down. So whichever one you use, keep in mind that's what you're teaching and that's what you're going to use. Okay, so if you want to say off, always use off when they're jumping up, or if they're on something and you want them to get off, off is what you're going to use. You can use down as well, but you want to be consistent in whatever you use. It helps your dog not be confused with what you're asking them to do. Okay, so you want to reward your dog immediately as soon as his or her paws are on the ground. Okay, so as soon as they're not jumping, whether they sit or whatever they are doing, you treat them for that. You can use toys, you can use praise, you can use treats. Now I use positive reinforcement with food only because my dogs are huge foodies. They love food and they respond well to that during training. So that's what I use. So you can use any of those or a combination of. All right. Number 2 is ignore and reward good behavior. So when your dog jumps up, you want to turn away and ignore your dog. So this is what I do. Now I also bring my knee up a little bit only because I have balance issues and I just find that it helps me not fall over when I'm turning away. All right. As soon as your dog sits or is not jumping on you, paws are on the ground, reward. Okay, you want to do it as quickly as possible. You want to reward that good behavior and ignore the bad. All right. Number 3, you can teach an alternative behavior. Now, I taught my older girl, who's almost 11, to sit when greeting others. So instead of jumping up, she sits. You can teach your dog how to shake a paw. I know people who have taught their dog to bring their visitors a toy. And that also helps if your dog is a barker. If you teach your dog to bring someone a toy, they can't bark with a toy in their mouth. Just an extra tip for you. All right. So you want to practice alternative behavior consistently and treat them during it correctly. So as soon as they do it, you're treating them. So then when that guest comes over, you come over, your dog is greeting you or your guest how you taught them to approach that person. So whether you teach them how to sit, whether, shake a paw, bring a toy, whatever you want to teach them, you just want to reward that behavior before. So teach them that behavior. And then when your guests come over, they already know how to do it, right? So those are my 3 tips for you. I hope you guys found this very helpful. If you have any questions, please drop a comment below. And until next time, happy training and be sure to like and subscribe. And we'll see you next week. Have a great night, guys.